The third quarter from Waverley, St Kilda leading by 44 points. And on today's display would certainly give the premiership any sort of a shake that you would like. Crummell pushed a teammate in the back there. Vandenberg over to Woods. Thompson. Hodgson, did he get into his back? Burke. About the first mistake he's made all day. Smith takes it from Lord. And Thompson marks almost in, well, we could say the forward pocket.
Yeah, promising start from the Hawthorn team. I like the look of this young player, Nathan Thompson. Always been a rap for his ability and also his mobility. He was the one involved in that initial contest with him and Hodgson. He recovered very quickly. Good awareness there by Joel Smith to set up the well-weighted kick for Thompson to run into and take an uncontested chested mark. Now, this is a very important kick from Hawthorn's point of view for the start of the third quarter. Thompson
from 35 metres. Goal umpire likes it, so do the fans, and so does Thompson. It's a goal. Well, that's just the start that Kenny Judge would have wished. So the deficit now less than 40 points, 5-4 to 11-6.
In actual fact, the Hawthorn team have kicked the 4 last goals of this game. The last 4 goals, I should say. One to Salmon, also Rock. Aaron Lord bobbed up with 1, and now Thompson. That's promising from their viewpoint. It's important for the St Kilda team not to relax on their laurels, because this Hawthorn team will continue to chip away. That's one thing they've got a lot of pride in, is continually work hard.
Well, that was the start the Hawks wanted. Here they go again, half it to Woods. Woods to the half-forward line. Holland has been pretty well held down there, but here's Crawford. Joel Smith and Aussie Jones. Now Aaron Lord, what can he do? He tapped it away and then was grabbed. Umpire not having anything of that. He handballed away. Might have been construed as holding the man, as we see Aussie Jones take it over the line, and we've got Bob Austin sitting with us, a bit of a smile on his face now. Was that held? Could have been holding the man, but we've got Bob Austin, the brother of Cole Austin, who won the 1948 Brownlow medal, sitting with us. Mick, and we've got a smile on Bob's face now after that goal.
Yeah, of course, Colin Austin won the 1948 Brownlow medal, representing the Hawthorn club. He's a little bit happier with the effort of the Hawthorn team in this, the third quarter. But they certainly have to lift, Pete, don't they?
They do, but they will. I agree with you. They do chip away, Hawthorn. They've got plenty of character, and they'll have a go.
Actually, Cole lost it on a countback, didn't he? And was awarded it retrospectively. Good trivia question. Was he the first Hawthorn Brownlow medal winner, or was Dipper? Carr. Burke onto the left. Not one of Burke's better kicks today, and he's had many. St Kilda with the numbers. Oh, Everett came over the top. Absolutely crunched Daniel Chick there, and the umpire speaks to him as he runs past, but it's going to be a boundary throw in nonetheless. Let's take a look at this. Oh.
That should be nearly a free kick, shouldn't it?
Yeah, well, it's not incidental contact.
Exactly.
When the ball was out of the area.
Salmon, too harsh for Crawford. Francis on the bottom of it. Crawford applies a tackle on him. Looks for holding the ball. Shuffled out to Carr. Knowles off a step. Kicks to the more spacious centre wing. Vandenberg playing close. McCabe in front of Mitchell. Thompson applies a tackle. Ball jarred out the front. Plenty of Saints there. It's going to be Francis from Mitchell. A little give. On it goes to Walton. Walton up towards left half forward. Thompson needs to sit for him. It does. Bounces beautifully. Vandenberg won't catch him. Spears the pass in. Heatley couldn't take it on that occasion. Good defence by the Hawks. That was Colliker. Back to Mitchell. Mitchell, the hand pass low. Snaps. And he has missed his third. He's at the post. 2 goals, 1 to Stewie Lowe. Hasn't had that many kicks, but has certainly scored with all 3 of them virtually.
Yeah, and Hawthorn have made some more changes. Vandenberg's now picking up Thompson across half back. Looks like Collick has gone back to the true full back post, picking up the lead of Heatley. And I think that's a good matchup.
Yes, and he made a good spoil there on Heatley's lead. There's 7. That's a mark. No. Oh, that looked like a mark to Paul Salmon. Thompson in towards half-forward. Hall bustled out of it. Crode's picked up his game at half-back. Here's the dangerous Harvey. Hand pass out to Francis. Back to Thompson. Thompson, oh, that was good play. Lowe couldn't quite hang on to it. Then he tunnel-balled it. Colliker did well again. Hay, Paul Salmon across the face of goal. Oh, they'd had to be spot on. Woods. Crawford. Now this looks better for the Hawks. Crawford on the left. Down towards Anthony Rock. He's got him on centre wing. Rock drives to half. Oh, that's a beautifully weighted kick. He finds Crummell. Now, they've got to do something here with it, Hawthorn. Crummell kicks it across the ground. Lord was calling for it. Thompson! Oh, good play by this young up-and-coming Ruckman-come utility player, Nathan Thompson.
I think one play that's been pretty important, even though they haven't got a lot of the footy, is Anthony Rock. Just the positions that he's winning the ball, he's been very creative and had an opportunity to set Hawthorn up. That's mainly just due to his experience knowing where to run and when to receive the ball. Maybe his North Melbourne disciplined days are sort of starting to come out.
Well, he's kicking for his second, Nathan Thompson. He's kicked it. Well, good start for the Hawks in this third term. Maybe they can chip their way back into it, Mick.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they do, Pete, merely because their work rate, as far as I'm concerned, is one of the best in the competitions. They're prepared to really work hard and run hard despite the scoreboard, and that takes a fair amount of mental strength. And this Hawthorn team certainly never, ever give in. And that's great effort by Ken Judge to keep their spirits up.
Nathan Thompson becomes Hawthorn's first multiple goal kicker. He's got two, both in this quarter, Salmon and Everett. Woods, he's been good on Brown. Lord got the right position to take the mark, but couldn't complete it. Rock tries to pick it up. It's going to be a ball up just inside 50, right half forward for Hawthorn. Couchy, the bench for the Hawks.
Richard Taylor, Jonathan Rodman, Ben Dixon, Nathan Turvey. Just here at ground level, you just see that St Kilda just put the foot off the pedal here a little bit, and Hawthorn have taken the ascendancy.
And young Nathan Thompson's kicked 2 goals, and he is an Alex Sashenko lookalike as
Woods.
Tony Woods kicks towards goal. Thompson again. Bounce! That was that holding? Yes. Free kick. Now who's won? Oh, it's going the way of Hudson against Thompson.
And there's the greatest advocate for Lee Matthews' decision. We couldn't see the other angle about the free kick where the Hudson was actually holding Thompson. All he's seen was Thompson holding Hudson. I suppose when you look in the context of this game, that was an important decision.
Harvey to Brown. Was that in the back? It was. Oh, Barry Hall's not happy about it. But Crow, I reckon Crow, since this might be 50 metres, I think Hall's mouthed off. And this will give him a shot for goal. He will have to be brought inside the 50. Oh, it might be another 50.
For sure, and another one maybe.
Let me see. Now, don't tell me he's going to have the kick from here. Crow should be way back inside the 50 here. What's going on?
That wasn't 50.
That kick, that should be about 35, 40 metres from goal.
Peter, I got no doubt the umpire stopped where the contact was made from Tony Woods because he stood in the path of Hall going forward.
Maybe that's what it is, but that's a very strange one. But there, coming over the top is Salmon, because the original 50 would have been. Have a look at where he marks this. Oh, the free kick.
There's the free kick. I think the 50-metre penalty was given, not because of that, because he handballed the ball fairly high.
All right.
And
now what
bounced
happens?
at the feet of Trent Crowdy. Charges forward. We don't see it by the replay, but Tony Woods was the player that got in the road. Hall met him, who was just going back to stand the mark. I think that's the reason why the umpire didn't give it a full 50-metre penalty. May have been only 40.
Well, it's a strange one. As we see Salmon. He's kicked the goal. Here come the Hawks.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of having experience in your team, knowing when to push forward to be a marking player in front of goal. There's Barry Hall talking to the umpire there on screen. No doubt it was a critical decision in the context of this game because the flow of play is certainly going with the Hawthorn team. But look at this for a well-judged mark from Paul Salmon. He firmly grabbed the footy and went back and kicked the goal.
2 goals to Paul Salmon. Joining Nathan Thompson as the Hawks' leading goal kicker, 11-7 to 7-4. Back to the centre, this time won by Everett. A little bit of volleyball down there as the Saints try to get it away. McLaren does. Heatley in front. Colliker. Low front position.
Good ball.
Colliker off the ground. Mitchell and Graham. Chick out of mid-air. Carr underneath it. Leaves it for Matthew Young, his teammate, who kicked the first goal of the day. Young's kick up towards half forward. Barry Hall on his own. Mark Endor, free kick. Umpire indicated he was held. He played on, kicked into Crode, the man on the mark. Knowles has got it. That's holding the footy, is it not?
Well, they've lifted the Hawks, Mickey.
They certainly have. And when you see the Hawthorn team just playing that forward aspect of the game, just getting it forward at every opportunity, that's when you know the team lifts.
Leckers kicked a rock. This is Lord. Looks for a free kick. The handball's to himself virtually. Lord from right half forward. Now inside 50. A ball. Tripped up. Still Lord. Carr was in there. Aussie Jones comes in for the block. Jones will go for the boundary line, you'd reckon. On to Burke. Taken over. Beautiful tackle, Lord. Throw it in, says the umpire. Now we've got a game of footy.
What about the smother here of Crode? There's no doubt that got him smack bang in the head, but that's terrific stuff from a young kid. I wouldn't be surprised if he was actually bleeding a little bit from his mouth. It would hurt. But that's terrific stuff from the young man.
Well, that's just what Judge would have asked for. Lord tries to barge his way through. There was a wall there.
And Lord tried to do too much before. He often does. He should have been centering that ball to the top of the square.
Yeah, you're possibly right. It is this decision in the goal square. Who's holding who?
Play on.
Maybe that's a neutral ball. And that's the reason why the umpire behind that contest gave the free kick.
Well, there's McLaren. Here's the ball smothered. Salmon did well. Chick smothered off his boot. Gee, this game is lifted now. Everett gets it further field to Knowles. Salmon did well. Carr lies on top of the ball. Oh, the Hawthorn players calling for holding the ball.
Peter, momentum is a wonderful thing in footy, and the momentum comes from when your body at the ball goes through the line of the footy. No doubt the Hawthorn team in this quarter have lifted in that aspect of the game.
Salmon did well. Harvey has it taken out of his hands. Tapped down by Mitchell to McLaren. McLaren belts it towards the half-forward line. Oh, he did well low. Oh, Brown went without it. Crode, he tried to kick it. Then he knocked it 25 metres. Here's Joel Smith. Oh, an ordinary hand pass to look away, but back here it's a free kick on centre wing going the way of Hawthorn.
To McCabe. McCabe was held in the tackle, Pete, as the ball went out of the area. That's the reason why the free kick was given to Luke McCabe.
Gee, if they could pinch another one now, it'll be a real contest. In towards half forward, Everett couldn't take it. Here's Rock and Burke. Play on, calls the umpire. Is that holding the ball? No.
Great tackle there by Rock.
And Mick, the Hawthorn supporters have got a lot more animated here. They're very supportive of the blokes tackling and chasing and doing the hard work in this quarter. And they've certainly received their voice. They've got their voice back. In the first half, there was nothing.
I guess Burke was between a rock and a hard place there. Snap it, goal. Half it. He's got it. It's like a Geelong when he kicked the winning goal. Well, they are on a roll, the Hawkers.
Oh, are they on a roll or what, Pete? Who said the Hawks had no chance at half-time? They're certainly back in this contest. They're pumped up. Paul Salmon's led the way in this, the third quarter. As we see here in this ruck contest, hit it into the path of Harford, and that is a magnificent snap-on goal from a skillful player. He must get a lot of the footy for the Hawks to get back into it, but they are certainly alive and well.
Paul Salmon like that. He's kicked two himself, but that one was Harford's, and Hawthorn coming at the Saints after they trailed by 51 points at quarter time.
Oh, you can see they're harder at the goal. Look at Harvey sidestepping there.
And why wasn't that a free kick against Everett on Vandenberg?
Oh, could have been holding on low then. Yes, against you, Jonathan Hay. He was grabbed in that marking contest. And that's just what they didn't want. But he's still got to kick it 50 metres.
Have a look at this. Everett on Vandenberg. The ball's at the ground. Look where Everett is.
Yes, that's holding the man. Well picked up, Mickey.
Now, the footy's gone forward, Pete. Lowy's got it in his possession merely because of an umpire's decision. They are very critical.
Yes, well, maybe... Well, but Lee Matthews might be on the ball. Although that wouldn't have helped in that situation because you'd have an umpire there right at that contest. Stuart Lowe from 50 metres. Not renowned as a long kick. They need it, the Saints. Will it clear the pack? Yes, it's a goal. And boy, did they need it. So a steadier.
Yep. Once again, a decision that should have been there wasn't given. Goes forward 40 metres. the opposition side win the ball, all of a sudden there would have been 100 metres difference between where the ball landed and also a goal-scoring opportunity for the St Kilda team. But that was a much-needed one from St Kilda. Hawthorn had kicked the previous 7 in the game until Lowy scored.
So Stuart Lowe kicks his third. We'll say from limited opportunities. And that one from a free kick. Vandenberg kicks to half forward. Rock doesn't get the bounce. Harvey, now Rock, Crummell, Smith, through some very heavy traffic, Joel Smith, around 3 of his former teammates. Hudson pushes Thompson. Wakeland misses it. Now Thompson again. From Holland's hand pass.
Like a throw.
Harvey, Knowles.
And Everett's out too. Everett's by himself.
No one within 50 metres of Peter Everett. The boos, in case you've just joined us, he cleaned up Anthony Rock in the first quarter. Crowd out Bustles Hall, if that's possible. Crawford. And Shane fumbled a lot early. That's a beautiful pass out of Harford, who marks over Thompson and has to go back. He's in trouble. Vandenberg inside the square, looks for Harford on the run. Could kick this one from 45, and he has done. 2 in this quarter to Harford.
Hasn't the tempo of the game actually lifted?
Both one-way traffic, wasn't it, in the first quarter?
They're certainly working extremely hard. Looked like they were just going to over-finesse in this part of the ground, but it worked out pretty well. Good composure here by Vandenberg. And the beauty of what he did on that occasion, he ran towards a player he was going to give the ball to, because then he could have shepherded. That's what he did, created space for Harford.
Daniel Harford has kicked 2 great goals in this term. The Hawks trail by 21 points only. And the memento, a poor bounce by the umpire, went straight to the Hawks. Crawford, if they can get him really up and firing, onto McCabe. And he's going to drop short. Nick Holland's marked. He gives it off to Joel Smith, who's coming into the game. He hooks it back. Oh, good gutsy mark taken by Carr. It wasn't a good kick by Joel Smith. Austin Jones. A low trajectory kick. No mark. This will help Holland. He's got it. He should be looking to kick the thing.
Yep.
That was Leckers. A big mistake then. Thompson. Centre winger mark taken by Chick. They've all lifted these Hawthorn players.
Holland on his own.
He should be kicking long now. Get it down that half-forward line. Put a bit of pressure on. A pack flies. It comes to ground. It's hooked back by Angelo Leckers. It'll be a mark. Thompson again. Oh, this young fella's kicked 2. And he's going to kick from 35 to 40 metres, Mick.
The thing about this quarter, Pete, Hawthorn are just taking risks at every opportunity. They're trying to invent run into their game, and that's a good policy when you're down by 44 points at the main break. They've really come out in this, the third quarter, tried to run, tried to generate some enthusiasm, and by putting some score on the board, every team member has lifted accordingly.
Nathan Thompson for his 3rd goal.
He's a beautiful kick.
This looks good. He's dumped it. The Hawks on fire here at Waverley. Everyone thought they were gone at half-time, Mick, but this has shown their true Hawthorn character.
Yeah, magnificent character this from the Hawthorn team. They're only trailing by
15 points.
15 points at this stage, and that's a great stuff marked by young Thompson. That's his 3rd mark for the quarter. More importantly, his 3rd goal. They're on a roll, the Hawks.
Well, it is reminiscent of the 1970 grand final when Carlton trailed by 44 points. They won the game. Sorry, Pete, but Hawthorn doing the same thing. Handball at every opportunity. And they've got themselves back to within 15 points. Whether they go on and win it is something else. But they've certainly showed that when the game may have been over, it was still there to be won.
Peter, the breeze has dropped too. There's no breeze what to speak of. The first half was going to left of screen. There's no breeze at all.
And 28 years I've been trying to forget that year, and you bring it up now, Peter.
It was the number of points at half-time that struck me. I just wonder if that was mentioned at all. Taylor just back onto the ground. Fumbles, gets another chance. Oh, taken a little bit high, or didn't have the footy, I should say. No, Chick went without it. Lord has got him. It's going to be a ball up, which I think was a good decision.
Yeah, Pete, and I think Tony Woods has to take a lot of credit just for stabilising the ship. I think we intimated in our call earlier, Woods must go to Brown because he's got great negating ability, great defence. He went to Brown when Brown had 20 possessions. Brown has only had 1 possession in about a quarter of footy due to that aspect, and also Thompson because of Woods' influence on him early. He hasn't been able to get into the game.
2 kicks by Burke and McCabe. See the ball back where it started, and that's out of bounds. So it will be thrown in right half forward for Hawthorn, and they only trail by 15 points, and that's the closest they've been since the first quarter. Just out of bounds. Almost lay off the knee there, but not quite. Almost. Everett tucks it under his arm. Well done, Peter Everett. Trianides around Crawford. Trianides kicks through a contest on centre wing. The ball, Heatley. Koika was his opponent. Now there's a whistle. It's a Hawthorn free kick.
And Tim Elliott has gone down onto Thompson.
50 metres.
50 metres.
And it's 2 this quarter. And that's against Everett. Careful, Peter.
We might get another 50 if you're not careful. We'll get another 50. You want
50. Yes.
It'll be another 50. There you are. You can bet on it. We might get a...
They'll be right on the goal line.
He might get a third one, Mick.
Yeah, well, irrespective of what happens, I'll be taking Peter Everett straight off the ground. You just can't afford undisciplined acts like that when you can still control your emotions. Spider is a terrific player, terrific competitor, but he knows to give away 100 metres when the ball's 140 metres from goal, and all of a sudden a player who's the defender has a shot on goal and should kick it. Undisciplined play.
Koika gets the goal. And would you believe it, there was only 9 points the difference.
What an amazing turnaround. 7 goals to 1. And this the third quarter. In the first quarter we've seen 9 goals to 1. And here's Everett. Everett's getting dragged from the ground, and rightfully so. Good coaching, Tim Watson.
And what makes it worse, he cops a serve from the Hawthorn supporters. Well, Peter Everett, you can see that's the second 50 metres being shown now. David Howlett deliberating the and Everett's been taken off the ground by Tim Watson to the roars of delight. There he goes, of the Hawthorn supporters. The next goal, very important. Free kick, Harford. Oh, everything's going the Hawks' way now. Daniel Harford. Can the Saints stop the rot? Daniel Harford, centre of the ground. He's going to bomb it long. Gee, what will they can do for a mark here? Thompson flies at the back. No mark. Thompson for St Kilda. Trianides a fumble. Crummell gets it out. Andrew Thompson for the Saints. He kicks it off straight to Crowe. And Crowe marks centre wing.
Trent Crowe at right centre wing. The Hawthorn side trailing by 9 points.
Peter, when Peter Everett came up, he just stared up at Timmy Watson's box there. Just an almighty stare. It was unbelievable. It was blood-curdling.
I think Tim will get the last say, though. Big pack of players. Elliott punches to the front. Trianides reads it well. He started on the bench. Kicks to a contest on centre wing. Crowe punches to the front. Lekas needs to give it to somebody. Still Lekas. That was beautifully played. Lekas at right centre wing. A mongrel punt off the boot. Thompson again. What a quarter he's having.
He just should compose himself now and just assess himself, because he will get the distance, Pete. As Couchy intimated before,
Big kick.
the wind is
It's a long
dropped.
kick.
It is a beautiful long kick, Pete.
55 metres he'll got to kick it, Mick.
The wind has dropped, as Couchy intimated. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets a trip. He's gone for a lead.
He's gone for a pass.
Great play.
It's okay, Holland. Well, that was pinpoint the pass. Holland did it at the right time.
He is a beautiful kick, isn't he, the young kid?
Oh, magnificent. He's beautifully balanced for a young player. For a tall player, he can play in the ruck, he can play across half-back. And as we've saw today, he's pushed forward and actually been a mobile forward, key forward for the Hawthorn team. But I think the major difference in this quarter, it's been centre clearances Hawthorn 6 to St Kilda 1, all to the efforts of Paul Salmon.
So Holland for his second. He might have missed. No, he hasn't. He's got it. 3 points is the margin. And I have to sit down to read this properly. Hawthorn was down 63 points at the 5-minute mark of the second quarter. If you left and came back and said
like he's going to play as a forward pocket type player, or maybe out of the goal square. Be interesting to see how Hawthorn restructure their defence, because this is important.
Peter Everett back on the ground, the big fella, and he's gone down to the goal square.
And Mark Graham's picked him up, Pete.
Well, they've got to get it out of the centre, though, the Saints. This is where Hawthorn have been getting it out since half-time. There's Rock shooting it out. Taylor, he gives it off to Crawford. Crawford gives it off to Salmon. Salmon belts it forward. It's a loose ball, and the mark has been taken by Darryl Wakeland. Wakeland's got loose men everywhere. Nathan Burke's one of them. He's marked at half-back, the little fella. He drives to a contest. Oh, Healy was held, I felt. Could have been a free kick, Daniel Healy. But Daniel Chick lets it roll over the line on the true centre wing position.
Peter, when Peter Everett came back on, he was very, very angry man. I just hope he can control his emotions and just play footy now. He's just lost it. It just looks like he's completely out of it, not even concentrating on the game. Thanks,
Couchy. Yes, he had a great first quarter. He was one of the reasons Kilda led by 51 points at the first change. That's out of bounds again. Taylor's got it.
I think a true testament of any great player or champion, Pete, is a player like Shane Crawford today. Robert Harvey certainly cut him up in the first quarter and a half. He was actually removed from the St Kilda champion. In this, the third quarter, there they are at the back of this contest. They're playing along each side each other. The best thing about it, they've stabilised that position. Harvey's only had 4 possessions in this quarter, and Crawford's had 5.
Harford trying to find Smith. Joel Smith came into the match in the second quarter. He was one of the players who lifted Hawthorn. They didn't win the second term by much, but they won it by 7 points.
And Brown's been cut out of it, Pete, hasn't he?
Yep.
And Mick?
Well, he had 20 possessions, virtually 1.5 quarters of football. Trianides. Off a step, Colica tries to get front and does get front position.
It's also good to see that Nathan Burke has been pushed up into the midfield. He's just an important in and under player for the St Kilda team, especially when they're trying to stem a tide.
Harford and Burke punch away by the latter. Taylor gets there, but the ball's over the line again for another throw-in on centre wing. As the clock ticks down to three-quarter time, we've got just over 2 minutes remaining, and the Saints by 3 points after they led by 63 points late in the first quarter. Lowe and Salmon.
Free kick to Burke, no. Up by saying he was staging that. Oh, they went in very, very hard. There's Nathan Burke doing the heavy work. Jones to Harvey. Here goes the Brownlow medalist. He just gets his boot to it. Down towards half-forward. Everett's got it. He might kick a goal. Peter Everett, the villain. Oh, have a look at that for a goal.
He's class, isn't he?
Oh, fantastic. Is that a team lifter? He was the villain of the piece. He's redeemed himself.
Once again, Nathan Burke just in congestion. He thinks his way through a tight situation. Just held the handball up to give the space to Jones, who in turn gave the ball to the run of Harvey. Bad checking there from the Hawthorn defence to allow Everett to swing on his favoured left foot and shoot for goal.
Peter Everett has the last word. Or maybe in this quarter he has the last word by kicking his first goal. Comes to Trianides again. The Saints have answered the challenge. Up it comes towards half-forward. Heatley nearly. In fact, there was a mark. So they might be able to get 2 within the space of about a minute. And that would be a really good steadier right on three-quarter time. Good sides can come back, and St Kilda, they are a top side. No doubt about that. Going for their 8th win of the season. They've only got 2 goals for the quarter. That one by Everett, and of course earlier in the quarter Stewie Lowe got a goal from a free kick. Jason Heatley, and Peter McKenna speaks volumes about his goal-kicking ability.
He hasn't kicked one today, Pete.
Let's see if he can convert here. That one's home for all money. Oh, careful. Bit of aggro out there. Hawthorn and St Kilda matches usually have that. We haven't seen it up until this quarter. They were very fiery affairs, some of those games down at Moorabbin. Straight through the high diddle. Don't argue. There's a couple of good heads.
Well, that's not a pretty looking sight. Mark Graham and Jason Heatley mouthing up at each other from about 2 millimetres away. 14-7 it plays 12-4. Saints in front, Low in the ruck. Centre bounce clearance is very, very important. Matthew Young went without it. Strong work in there, and the umpire will come in and bounce it. But whatever happens, Mick, at least Hawthorn have put themselves back in a position to win the game.
Well, they certainly have. The game is winnable from Hawthorn's point of view. You just hope they can stabilise this last minute and don't allow St Kilda to go forward and kick another one.
Well, a goal either way would be invaluable here. Here's Leckis. He's very, very cool. Harford, oh, that was a beautiful hand pass to Crawford. Crawford bends it back on a good lead. That's good play by Crawford to Thompson. Now they want to move.
Another short.
He's brought it into Leckis. Leckis will kick from 40 metres. No, have a shot. I know what you're saying, Mick. Rock was
on his own,
wider, but on a worse angle. So have a shot from 40. Angelo Leckis, he is a very cool customer, and gee, the Hawks want this one with 19 seconds to three-quarter time. He's an up and under kick. It's a good-looking kick. It's a goal. The Hawks come back again.
This has been an amazing quarter of footy. First of all, the Hawthorn team jumped into the game by kicking the first 4 of the third quarter. Then Lowy stemmed the tide by kicking a much-needed one from a free kick, a dubious one at that, when there should have been a free kick in midfield for the Hawthorn team to Vandenberg. And Hawthorn kicked the next 4, only for St Kilda to return with 2. Then the Lekos goal keeps them in the game.
It's Hawthorn's second best ever quarter of football, the third quarter, second best third quarter of football against St Kilda. So a couple of records here today. Taylor, can they get another one before three-quarter time?
What amazing.
And that is the siren, I think. So Holland will get a chance to kick his third goal, his second of the quarter.
What a good mark too, Mick, wasn't it?
And there's another centre bounce clearance, Pete, that we spoke about. It's been the difference in this quarter. But that is courage at its best. Backing back, knowing the next line of players would certainly commit himself, because they'd know how far the quarter had gone. But Holland, he's been terrific in this quarter. He's had 5 possessions, taken 3 telling marks, and this could be a sensational shot on goal to go into the three-quarter time huddle.
He's got it. That is an important goal for Hawthorn. Holland kicks his third, and the Hawks again get to within a kick here at Waverley in the battle of the co-tenants. Burke confronts the umpires and gets assistance from Lowe. What an amazing turnaround in football. I think I used the expression the game was over earlier, but obviously the Hawks had different ideas. If they heard me, it worked.
Yeah, what an unbelievable game. It just goes to show when you've got 22 committed players to go at the footy in a more disciplined manner than the opposition, you give yourself a chance. And that's what the competitive nature of any game of footy is.
Well, it's 3 points the difference here at Waverley. Don't go away. 1 quarter to go. Well, the Saints led by 10 goals at one stage. It's now just 3 points the difference as we begin the final quarter. Stuart Lowe in the ruck. Interesting. Taylor's got it and gets taken to the ground in the tackle. And it's going to be a ball up.
Yeah, and Nathan Burke's actually started the last quarter in the middle, playing on Harford. Crawford's in there with also Harvey. Those 4 players will have a fair bit to say in the outcome of this game.
Lowe and Salmon. Won by Salmon. Leckis. Francis has got him. Might have been taken high. Not so. Harford. A little give. Look away hand pass to Crawford. Wakeland. Carr. Goes for the boundary line. Will he find it? He finds Burke. That's a better option, you'd reckon. Gets clear of Harford. Back to Crawford, but the boundary line is too close. It beats him and Brown over the line for throw-in on centre wing. So early in the final quarter, no decisive break from midfield. Couchy, the bench for the Hawkers.
Jonathan Robin, Ben Dixon, Richard Vandenberg and Nathan Turvey.
Thanks, Couchy. Throw in centre wing. First goal vital here. Low. Salmon out the back. Chance for Carr. Gets onto it quickly. Elliott. Free kick going St Kilda's way. Barry Hall claims it. He was one of the villains in that third quarter when they got 2 consecutive 50-metre penalties, Hawthorn. Here's Everett. Good punch by Hay. Chick gets the bounce that he wanted. Goes for the boundary line. Taylor, good tackle. Francis, ball jarred free in it. Chick picks it up close to the line. Keeps it in play. Blocked by Crawford on Harvey. Elliott off half a step. Oh, on his own. Heatley. Oh, good punch away. That came from Collicker and through for a rush behind. First score of the final quarter. The difference out to 4 points.
And amazingly, in the third term, Hawthorn kicked 10 goals straight. You mentioned the 1970 grand final, Pete. Carlton in that third term kicked 8 goals straight. And that's the importance of straight kicking. You put that scoreboard pressure on, as you see Richard Taylor kick the halfback, or Angelo Lecker's not too happy with that kick.
St Kilda bench, Justin Peckett with Bruce Ridge, Daniel Healy, Ben Walton and Brett Knowles.
Thank you, Paul. And you'd be really feeling the atmosphere down at ground level. We can feel it up here as we see Salmon with 2 hands, but Nathan Burke latches onto it. He hooks it back up in front of goal. It was a vital touch, but Heatley's got it. Tried to tap it on. Oh, kicked it, but he was lying on the ground. Big Everett is there. Taken by Hay. He kicks wide. The race is on. Who's got the speed? McLaren is there. Harvey is there. Harvey tired, brilliant play by Harvey, but his teammate wasn't ready for it. He wasn't aware. Harvey 1 step ahead. That was Joel Smith. Oh, they gained about 40 metres then, the Hawks, and that was a vital 40 metres.
What about the efforts there from Harvey and Crawford? Both ran extremely hard. There's a flick back by Harvey to the advantage of McLaren. You called it, Pete. Good awareness there by Harvey. McLaren just wasn't ready for it. But just the recovery factor, the ball went forward for Hawthorn. Crawford got to his feet. They ran 100 yards to get to that loose ball bouncing away from their goal. But their second efforts were just sensational.
We do it all again. Lowen Salmon contesting. Harvey tried to pick it up. Shane Crawford, after a nightmare start today, mirrored by the scoreboard at half-time for his club, has fought his way back into it. Nathan Burke's been good all day. In fact, take away Nathan Burke and probably Hawthorn would be a couple in front now. Crawford thought about going back to Chick, brings it up more towards midfield. Woods didn't get the bounce he wanted initially. Now bombs it long. Thompson again. Can't complete the mark. Mitchell gives them a little bit of run. Thompson in the back pocket. Kicks to centre wing. Elliott on Rock. Rock won't let him go. You better give him up now. Oh. Should have centre wing. A terrible kick. Collicker underneath it. Oh, should have taken the mark. Good tackle by Trianides. And that is out of bounds. Tackled by Harford on Walton. Right in front of our commentary box, and it will be thrown in. Early stages of the last quarter. Still less than a kick in it. The Saints in front. Hawthorn yet to be in front.
Yes, and that's right, Pete. That's the vital thing. If they could get their noses in front, even by a couple of points, it might make a big difference. We see Woods kick at the centre wing. Young at the back. Oh, it's a strong ball. Harvey received from Burke. Burke did the heavy work there again. Harvey to the half-forward line. Hall couldn't get back to take the mark, and that beats him over the line just inside 50.
There's been a couple of positional changes from St Kilda's point of view. Tim Watson's pushed Gavin Mitchell and also Andrew Thompson to play in the defensive half. Thompson's picking up the dangerous Lord, and also Mitchell's picking up Anthony Rock.
Salmon bumped out of it by Elliott. Pushed out, said the umpire. And advantage paid to Richard Taylor, who kicks to centre wing. It's a loose ball over the back. Young, oh, they've got a little fumble. How'd the umpire see that? He's allowed the handball. That was by Joel Smith. Nathan Burke's battling hard to lift his team. He gets in a quick hand pass around the boundary line. Matthew Young. Oh, that is a terrific mark. Aussie Jones.
Good kick also.
Half-forward flank, way out on the boundary line. He's a great kick. Jones kicks a 60-metre kick. Elliott will fly at the back. It's no mark. Trianides on his left foot. Bends it back, but waiting for it is Mark Graham.
The only player there in the goal square, Graham. They could bring this all the way. Hollander's got it.
That's good play.
Now long. Leckers on his own. Short of right half forward. He's a long way away from Wakeland. Oh, bounces like a sponge. One of those puddings that Tim Watson spoke about. Crumble in front, punch away by Thompson. Taylor, if he can gather it. Mitchell. Leckers through his legs virtually. Wakeland comes in. Comes up towards, Young's in the box seat here, over the front half. It now Rock needs to gather it, snaps. Misses. Golden opportunity missed there for Hawthorn. Had he kicked that, they would have been in front for the first time today.
And that's an interesting matchup, Mitchell on Rock. Mitchell hasn't played a lot as being a small defender in that part of the ground. And it just concerns me a little knowing that at this stage of the game when the pressure's on, I think you prefer to go to the player who's played a fair amount in the defensive part of the ground on the dangerous coming Anthony Rock.
Salmon off with the blood rule, Jonathan Robin on. I'll tell you what, they'll fix him up quick smart, even though he's the oldest player on the field.
And probably the tightest.
Well, I still think they'd want him out in the ground. As we see Matthew Young, a beautiful kick in, and he finds Stewie Lowe. Tony Francis, a low trajectory kick. Is it a mark? No. It's over the back. It's no free kick either. Tapped over the line by Tim Elliott. And there's some Kilda supporters cheering Elliott for that tap over the line.
Peter, Paul Salmon's just going to scratch above the eye there. Nothing serious, and hopefully should be back on.
Yeah, so great catch. They want him back on quick smart because he was responsible for getting that ball out of the centre in that third term. Here's Thompson, who was brilliant in that third term. He kicked 3 goals now. Elliott. And players, you can already see Mick, they're very, very tired.
And it's interesting watching this boundary throw in. Graham's opponent is Elliott. He's pushed into the ruck contest with Thompson. Graham should push back to give an extra height across in front of Hall and also Everett. Just in that congestion, it's just low percentage from where he is.
Graham had it, lost it, tried Edie's kickers short. Danger here for the Hawks. Harvey breaks one tackle. Brown goes at goal. Touched, one behind.
How do you stop Harvey, Mick? I mean, he was caught twice then and got through.
He's just very, very strong from the hips down. He's got magnificent balance and composure in the tackle. He gets his hands free. That's the key, because whenever your hands are free, you're evading the ball. It's just a natural instinct for the players to go where the footy is. We normally try to do the technique thing, and that's go to the hips. But Harvey's very strong in that area, but he also gives himself another chance to get free of the tackle.
Thompson again from Hayes' kick. Back to Graham. Graham at half-back, up towards midfield. Good mark to Lord. Thompson just couldn't quite make ground on him. Lord short of the centre circle. No goals scored so far in the final quarter. Young, the run from the back. That's a mark. The mark is there at half-forward for Hawthorn.
Yeah, the signs are certainly ominous.
Holland.
He's been terrific since quarter time. There's no doubt about that. He keeps finding front position, and that's a sign of a good forward. Good strength in the upper body to get Wakeland off the line of the ball coming forward.
Well, 2 much maligned players. Matthew Richardson last night was 6, and Holland so far today was 3. I think this weekend have answered their critics. The fish has been patched up. He will be back.
And here's another interesting change. Crummell's come off the ground. Dixon, who hasn't had a lot of ground time, he's only had 2 possessions. He's the type of player that could bob up and kick a couple of goals in a few minutes.
Holland from 50. Hawthorn are in front for the first time.
Well, good players respond to pressure. There's no doubt Holland has been a much maligned player for a long period of time. This is the first time the Hawks have hit the front, mainly due to the efforts of a real team work ethic. Every Hawthorn player since quarter time probably reassessed their goals. They had to win the second quarter. They had to win the third to give themselves a chance in this the last quarter. But well done, Nick Holland.
Hawthorn lead by 2 points. Everett's in the ruck. Salmon's back on the ground. Rob run off. That's a vital ball here. Tony Brown, he's been held in first half. He was sensational, Brown, but he's been cut out of it since half-time by Tony Woods.
He's had 2 possessions since Woods went to him. Woods has done a magnificent job for the role he's been asked to play. He started on Thompson. 3 possessions to Thompson when Woods was accountable for him. Since he's gone to Brown, Brown's only touched the footy twice.
Crawford weaves his eye, slipped over. Tapped back by Crawford. Traianides is there. Rock. That was tough and hard by Rock there. Who was stripped? It was Rock. So it's his kick, and they've got the momentum going here, the Hawks.
He's been good, Rock.
He's been tough. He's done the hard yakka. He's going to kick it wide to the half-forward line, looking for Holland. Punched away by Wakeland. It's a loose ball again. Taylor is there, and he's got support. This is Dixon. He's got to kick it. Kick it, son. Half it. Woods. Thompson. Oh, he worked hard, Thompson. He's got support from Crawford. Crawford drives it low. Oh, brilliant play by the captain. Lord, he's got to move it quickly. He's outside 50. Gee, if they could pick up another one here, the Hawks.
Get it to the front of the goal square. That's where Holland is. Salmon's pushing forward also. Put it about 10 metres from goal.
Put the pressure on.
Put the pressure on the defensive group. This will be a half kick.
Yeah,
elevated. He's lifted the ball to sign of pushing the players down. No doubt he'll just try to trot it in front of the goal square on the heads of the tall players.
Yeah, hoping someone will take a mark. He's just outside 50. He's going to float into the square. No mark. Oh, Collinger! Stop!
He's missed.
Oh, goodness me. Oh, hit the post, in fact. Oh, that was a vital kick. If they could have got 1.5 goals in front, they would have been tough to beat.
Yeah, that's where the pressure comes. It's a good kick from Lord. Interesting to see now that the Hawthorn team have actually gone with a man-on-man principle all over the ground. You'll find that Harvey will break free as he does and receives the footy from the kick-in.
As he so often does, to centre wing. Elliott on good mark in front of Graham. Now the Hawks have got a man up across half-back. Goals hard to come by, at least so far in the final quarter. Elliott's kicked low, couldn't take it. Croder's there, slips. A couple of crucial slips by, first of all, Crawford and now Crode.
Harvey gave Elliott a real burst then, because as he ran past, he called the handball and Elliott wouldn't give it to him.
That could have been a free kick, couldn't it? Against Stewie Lowe. I wonder if this ball's going to bounce very high here. No, it doesn't. Salmon hits it straight at the umpire virtually. Francis and Graham. It's all tied up again. There won't be any holding the ball decision there.
Mick, I just believe Peter Everett's got to really come into this game. He's had a rest down the forward line here. They haven't had much of the play. It's just really up to him to, after giving that 50-metre away in that third quarter, is really stand up here and take the lead.
Yeah, good point, Couchy. It's important to him to keep his composure. He certainly could become an important player late in this game.
Well, he did kick a great goal late in the third quarter, didn't he, to answer everything. Taylor! Oh! Shirt-fronted. It's out of bounds again in front of Daniel Harford. And their commentary position, the Hawks by 3 points. They trailed by 63 in the first quarter. An amazing stat. Crunch from Nathan Burke. Perfectly legitimate. Let's not take the shirt front out of the game, although Brendan Crummell, he wouldn't remember too much about that one, would he, from Byron Pickett?
Oh,
Salmon. Crawford off the ground, gets it away from Harvey. I suppose that in itself is good, but still Harvey. He goes. Chick's got him. Kicks up and under. Punch away by Taylor. Gets it in front of Harford. And also Chick. He needs to go off the ground as well to get it from Young. He couldn't do that. Some steadiness by Matthew Young. Over the head of Burke. The boundary line might be handy for Hawthorn, but it won't go that way. Tackled by Collicker on Burke. He still gets his kick in up towards Stewie Lowe. Will he give it off? He will. Tries to find a player. Warden slips over at the crucial moment. He's got the footy. Just gets the hand pass away. Lowe. Tackled by Collicker. Snaps. And a good mark right on the last line by Jonathan Hay.
And the other side could be on too.
Yeah, too late now.
He's found him.
A bit risky. Yeah, he'll come off. Yep.
Another one's on too, Pete.
Yep.
And another one after that.
Yes, Graham. They've got the loose man going here. If he moves it quickly, Lord. Yes, he can hug the boundary line here. It's pinpoint. Now let's look up the ground.
Taylor's on again.
Yeah, players running. Joel Smith's a great kick, and that is a beautiful kick out in front of Taylor. He can centre the ball. He keeps it low. The lead's on. Thompson, yes! Oh, is he the hero, this kid? He kicked 3 in the third term. Terrific play by the Hawks from the back line.
Magnificent example of the will to run. Everyone talks about the courage of backing back into packs and all that sort of stuff. But courage to run is just as much a form of courage as far as I'm concerned. To dig deep, to get to the contest, to really make an option for your teammates who have won possession of the ball further afield. That's what's required late in games, and this Hawthorn team have certainly done that.
Nathan Thompson kicking for his 4th. There's a hush. She's missed. So another behind on the board.
I think we intimated early in this game to have Thompson on the ground or Salmon in that key post could stretch the St Kilda defence. Knowing that Everett's trying to push forward, Elliott starting forward, no doubt there's big responsibility on the shoulders of Wakeland and also Hutchton.
Well, we're at the halfway mark of the final quarter. Harvey gets it to Francis and then gets it back again. So they share it around. Francis clear of Lekas, kicks to Mitchell. Rock's got him. Ball jarred free. Socket away by Harvey. Back towards centre wing. It's a contest now. Plenty of Hawks at the fall of the ball. They can't clear it though. Harvey again. Carr. couple of bounces. Colica comes at him. He's got him. Oh, great tackle.
Was that a throw?
Walton on the boundary line. Paddles it to his own advantage in front of him. It's out of bounds, but he did the job.
Peter, two blokes that have done very well for Hawthorn is Jonathan Hay and Trent Crode after quarter time have been sensational on Barry Hall and Stewie Lowe respectively.
Not to get a free kick. So Salmon patched up with Stewie Lowe, who's been doing, I guess, most of the ruck work after half-time. Rock got it, lost it. Mitchell's got him. Rock crushes the tackle. Crawford, Crode, Salmon, Rock. Hawthorn trying to set something up. McLaren, good block there. Is that a mark on Leckers? Out of bounds. That's deliberate, is it not? No.
Yeah, it's just amazing what a little bit of experience does. Rock looked under pressure, but he had a cool head. Gave it to Crawford, much the same. He didn't panic in congestion. Then Salmon come into it to finally set Rock up to give the ball an advantage to Leckers.
Mitchell had it, dropped it. Crode. Salmon still being double teamed in the ruck too. Crawford. One bounce. Two bounces. Three bounces. Woods comes in for the Shepherd. Crawford kicks up towards half forward. Thompson takes the mark. He was being held anyway, so he probably could have got a free kick and he'll give it to Young.
Yes, the Hawthorn players slipped over then at a vital time. Oh, good kick, finds Hudson. They're falling down up forward, though, the Saints, when they do go forward. Try and eat it. The Hawthorn backmen have got on. Here's a clash. Here's a clash. Harvey might end up with this, the danger man. Harvey races in the goal. He's missed the champ. He's hooked it all. He's not happy with himself. Could have put St Kilda in front, and he's missed a sitter, Mick.
Yeah, you'd call that fatigue, Pete, wouldn't you? More than just a skill error. He's ran his legs into the ground here at Waverley, Robert Harvey. Rock comes off the ground to the applause of the Hawthorn supporters. Vandenberg comes onto the ground. Also, St Kilda make a change. Thompson comes off the ground. Healy comes on. He's a goal.
Oh, look at the mark. Salmon, I thought Everett was going to spoil that, Mick. And with Salmon, look at that.
Great body strength in front of the contest.
Well, you've got to hand it to him. The oldest man on the ground. He has rucked all day. And here he is kicking at the centre wing. Holland. Brown has been cut out of it by Woods. Carr, and the ball floats over the line. There's still only a kick in it. With just over 7 minutes left in this game. Hawthorn lead by 3 points.
Well, goals are like diamonds, aren't they? After the Saints booted 9 in the first quarter, Hawthorn 10 straight in the third. They've dried up. It's a bit of a drought at the moment. Salmon and Everett. Salmon nudges his opponent out, only to see Harvey in the road, but Crawford beats him to it. Crawford kicks it into space. Young off the ground. They've all been watching the Socceroos.
Oh.
Well, good mark. Taking it half forward for the Saints. They get it moving again. That's a splendid grab from Big Barry Hall in front of Jonathan Hay. And this could be the straw that breaks the camel's back for Hawthorn if Hall can convert here. They haven't had too many opportunities so far in the last quarter.
And a stray kick off the ground. Could have gone anywhere, and Luxor fortunate went to a Saint.
Yep, just that forward principle. When under pressure, think forward, whether it be by foot or by hand.
Barry Hall for his third. Shouldn't miss it from there. Oh, gee, I think he has. That's well shot. Harvey misses one from even closer, and then Barry Hall. So if the Saints don't win it, they'll be asking themselves some questions.
Well, let's face it, they shouldn't be in a position they're in now.
True. They should have sewn it up well and truly. Hayes kick. Good punch away by Healy. Leckers this way, that way. Graham tackled by Trianides. Check. Crawford. Leckers. Oh, downfield maybe. Aussie Jones. Crude tackle for Hawthorn. Marco to Holland.
He's been terrific, Holland. Actually, since probably halfway through the actual second quarter, this Hawthorn team as a group have regrouped and actually put a lot of pressure on the St Kilda team as a whole.
Nick Holland at left centre wing. Thompson outnumbered. Burke can't get a kick in. Turvey couldn't go through either. Thompson, left foot snapshot, up and under. Won't be a mark. Burke takes it. It'll be play on. He tries to. He's got it. Lost it. Mitchell. Well, they all want holding the football, but it would have been a game umpire to play it either way there.
That was very good umpiring then. They're working their guts out, and to pay a free kick then would have been dreadful.
And just the tackling of the Hawthorn team has been a delight to watch today. They've had 33 tackles. I think more to the point, they had 13 tackles in the first quarter because they were second to the footy. But as opposed to St Kilda, they've only had 15.
Well, Burke's doing a lot of hard work. Socket off the ground, a little bit high on Taylor. Conacher punches it away. Joel Smith against his old club. Bends it back. Thompson in front. Oh, Hudson used his body beautifully. Kicks it wide. Matthew Young. He runs around half back. He can go over the top. He will. Healy's got it. They trail by 2 points, the Saints. In towards 2-on-2 contest. Good mark. Darryl Wakeland. He chips it short. And the mark has been taken by Jason Trianides.
Now he is a goal kicker.
He's got a kick. Oh, he runs round the man on the mark. He kicks from 40 metres. Hits the post. Oh, what more? What more are we going to see in this game? Oh, you would not believe it. They're point the margin in favour of the Hawks.
Well, we wanted to go home at quarter time.
Oh, not now, I'm telling you, I don't want to go anywhere. This is just an unbelievable game of footy.
I'm used to this situation. They had a draw last week too.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, good point, Catchy. There could be another one here. Just a point in at 97 Hawthorn, 96 St Kilda. You get to this stage, you think, well, neither team should lose. Walton will punch. Healy in front, Leckers.
Keep your feet.
It's good Leckers.
Vandenberg, just couldn't complete it. Gets it back again in the hand pass. He spent a bit of time on the bench. Vandenberg needs to sit here. Chance for the Hawks. Conacher was it who goes at
Dixon.
goal. Dixon, he's got it.
He was the player. He was the actual player that we thought might have been the difference coming off the interchange bench when Crummell was removed from the ground early in the last quarter. But that's terrific stuff there by Hawthorn. But you go back to the half-back flank. That's where it all started. Leckers kept his feet. And the St Kilda player went to ground. You cannot afford to go to ground in a one-on-one contest when the ball's in disrepute.
Well, Hawthorn by 7 points now. And my mind casts back to a number of years ago when they knocked off Geelong at the old Optus Oval.
Gary Ayres went to the centre.
He did, and they came back and won it. But can they do it? Here's Robbie Harvey. From 70 metres, a one-on-one contest. Hall in front. Thump away. They'll go for the line. Mark Graham. Good play, Mark Graham. He should knock it on. He does. Is that in the back? Yes! Oh, what a performance this. 3.5 minutes still to go. There's time for the Saints if they're good enough.
Yes, plenty of time for the Saints to tie it up. Yet 3.5 minutes of play. A little bit early to go defensively.
Ooh,
Gee, was almost out of bounds.
Tapped it out too.
Yes, yeah, good call.
But he copped it in the back first.
And the best player on the ground up to the half-time break in Tony Brown. He's been removed from the ground. Woods has done a magnificent job on him, only allowing him 3 possessions in 2.5 quarters.
Well, who would have
Thompson's
believed that?
come back onto the ground.
Salmon on his own. Sort of uncontested marks that St Kilda was taking in the first half.
Look at him slowing it down, Pete.
Has to, and he'll kick to the longest target, definitely in the Thompson or the Holland area.
And hug the boundary line.
Hug the boundary line. This is what experience is all about.
Sounds like Mike Williamson in the 66 grand final.
Hit the boundary line.
That's the one.
Another one we lost, the Magpies.
Yes. Holland in front. Burke. Almost a throw there. Carr. Young. Young clear of Woods. Kicks to half forward. They've got to get a goal here. Barry Hall's got it. Play on. He tries to break the tackle while holding the footy.
That's a great tackle. But he didn't have much chance all the same.
Bit tough, wasn't it?
Trent Craig was very good in the tackle. Really strong. Hall is a strong man, but to hold the tackle and hold him up was good play.
Leckers. Angelo Leckers at right half back.
This will go down if they win at Hawthorn. One of the great victories, Pete.
Oh, it would. And you mentioned that Geelong game at Optus Oval. That was a great comeback, but I don't think they were behind by that far, and they had it on the other foot.
They were about 9 goals down at half-time that day.
I wish you stopped mentioning that, boys, please.
Couchy, you
Sorry,
can tell
Couchy.
the truth.
Yes, they had a slow sentiment, I think, Geelong that day.
Off the hands of Taylor and Smith. And Hawthorn would love to see the boundary line here. They do. Of course, Hawthorn were on the end of another comeback. That was in Brisbane by the then Brisbane Bears. I think the Hawks led by 45 points or something at three-quarter time and got rolled in the heat.
I love that Hawthorn coach's box. There's some animation there.
Salmon goes for the boundary line. All right, I'll ask you one. Is that deliberate?
No, because he did punch it back towards the boundary. When you're 25,
you see it so often, though, don't you?
Yeah, they never pay it in ruck contests. Here's Salmon. Oh, look at that. Oh, what a punch. A 30-metre punch and gained another 30 round the boundary line. Oh, that was fantastic play by Salmon and wasting valuable time. We're down to a minute and a half. Look at Salmon. He's like a big general out there. They have to score 2 goals to win the game. That's the Saints. Well done, Harford. Oh, cleverly done. He brings it in towards half forward area. Oh, Ben Dixon, a one-hander. He's a huge kick. He's a left footer.
He doesn't have to hurry. He can just take the ball in his own stride.
Look at
just
that.
Assess his options, Pete.
Well, he'll have to kick it 65 metres to score a goal, but at least he'll be putting it up in the goal square. And it'll be difficult now for the Saints. In fact, he's thinking, no, don't do that, son. Go for the top of the square. That's the way. That's the kick. He puts it right up there to put the pressure on. Nick Holland! Oh, Holland's taken a ripper.
How good's he been?
Oh, he's taken it 10 metres out. Look at the emotion of Anthony Rock.
Magnificent, that.
And Holland has really stood up when he had to be counted. He's kicked 4 and about to maybe kick his 5th.
Yeah, a lot of people have questioned his ability, Nick Holland. A lot say that he's overrated. I don't know how they can say that, but in terms of the general perception,
Richardson
Nick
last night, Holland today, they've both answered him, Mick.
No doubt.
I don't know. No one ought to say he's overrated. He's a good player.
But in the football public, a lot of people do, don't they, Pete?
They do.
And that's much maligned because he's a player that really works hard.
So
as far as I'm concerned, he's a real competitor.
Well, he's about to kick his 5th and shut the gate. He's kicked it. What a performance, Hawthorn. What a performance, Nick Holland.
Look at that. That's what the exhilaration of victory is all about. 22 seconds on the time clock to go. What a remarkable effort. 9 goals to 1 at quarter time. 11 goals to 4 at half time. Trailing by 44 points, but this Hawthorn team has certainly turned it around. Much to the efforts by that man on screen on the ground, on his back, picked himself up to kick a goal.
Well, it's one of the great comebacks. Bill Collins rode off Kingston Town at 1. He's virtually rode the Hawks off when they trailed by 51 points at quarter time, and they're going to get up and win. So I guess as commentators we should learn, but the Hawks will look at this tape back for a long time. Be great motivation for them, a bit like the Aussies in the cricket the other night.
And a bit like the old Hawthorn sides in the late 80s, when you just never write them off. They come from impossible positions.
But how they've come back, they've worked and worked and worked. And there's the siren. And that does cap one of the most remarkable Hawthorn victories I have seen.
That is a remarkable victory. Just the exuberation on every player's face. And that's what you play footy for, any competitive sport, on a collective basis, so you can share the memories of a victory of this ilk.
Well, it may be the biggest comeback of all time. They trailed by 63 points early in the game. Hawthorn by 13 at a boil over at Waverley.